Hey everyone, it is now time for another Beer Money review, and for this Beer Money review, we are going with one of my choices this time, just so I can have one app in between reviews, and we're going to talk about the survey site OnePulse. Fun fact, found this from my research, but if you search OnePulse on Google, they will show up at the top, but their title just says app. I don't know why this entertained me a bit, but I just thought you'd all find it a little bit amusing at least. Anyway, OnePulse was created by Start Pulsing Limited and is available on both Google Play and Apple's App Store. To date, they have awarded $5.3 million to pulsers, with 26 million questions answered a year. I didn't see too much on when they started, but a little bit of research shows me comments going as far back as 2015, so they have been around for a while. OnePulse is a survey site that I personally find to be enjoyable because it's something in between Amazon MTurk, which are mostly studies and tasks, and the apps you will see from OfferWalls brought in by Simplicio or CPX Research. They do their own in-house surveys called pulses, and they pay you based off your loyalty to the app, similar to MTurk or Prolific. But unlike them, they are a lot more open and are willing to take anyone. Pulses are very similar to surveys in OneQ, in that they will just pop up on your notifications and you have a time limit to take them. They give you a little more than OneQ most of the time, but I think per question OneQ does pay a little bit more, but usually those ones are gone within 5 minutes. This one, they at least give you a little bit more time, which is, between 20 to 30 minutes depending. These surveys are also quite short and contain no more than 3 questions. Most of the time, the questions are either multiple choice or drag and drop, but they do have some freeform answers. However, those freeform answers having a character limit, that tends to be around 100 to 150 characters. And I know I could barely get a sentence or two in most of the time myself, honestly. This is great. Honestly, this is because they're mobile only. They keep it texting friendly. There have been times where people try to bypass this 3-question limit and take you to a Google survey link, but they seem to get rid of these guys pretty quickly, and you can always exit the program at any time if there's someone pulling something like that. I mean, I had one guy take a link to a Google survey that would have easily taken 20 minutes to finish, and yeah, if I want that, I'll just do a Simplicio survey on Swagbucks. One of the most unique things about OnePulse is its leveling system. Now, there are 2 kinds of polls that pay and polls that show up on the main screen for you to get. Both types of polls are going to give you a little something called XP, experience points. It's a minimum of 2 for every short survey you do, up to 6 if you're amongst the first to do them. The XP then counts towards your level, and when you level up, every paid survey you do on OnePulse will be worth a penny more. At least from my experience, the formula is 6 cents plus your current level. You see here, I'm currently sitting at level 13, and I am making 19 cents per 3-question survey, and some of the top, more long-time users are maxed out somewhere around level 34, getting 40 cents per, making them comparable to OneQ, and with OnePulse's frequency of questions they get, this is actually quite impressive. I'm actually going to show an example of a non-paid poll right now. I'm going to just do one at random. Let's see. How about fact or fiction? Let's do fact or fiction. So fact or fiction, the first ever email was sent by Ray Tomlinson to himself in 1971. I'm going to say fact. I could be wrong. Fact, okay. Bluetooth technology was named after a 10th century king, Harold Bluetooth. Fiction. So with the fact or fiction category, I noticed the pattern that they give you 1 fact and 1 fiction, or the other way around. So I'm going to go with fiction here. Oh, fact. Okay. That's a new one. Fact or fiction, the first Apple computer featured a touchscreen interface. I'm going to say fiction for that one. I don't think touchscreens were around until much later. I'm going to click next. And you see here, once I'm done, they show me that I have gained 2 experience points, 423 experience points to go until I reach level 14 and 20 cents rewards. And I can rate this pulse if I want. I'm just going to click continue. And it's fact fiction. Okay, featured touchscreen technology. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so, and then you can even get to see the results here if you want. So you can click on results, and they tell you how many people answered what. So the first question was fact. 1971 seemed reasonable, so I could see 83% answering fact on that one. This one was $51.49 for Bluetooth technology. Again, a lot of people probably following the fact fiction kind of pattern that they usually do for these. And this one, yeah, 74% answered fiction. So I didn't do too terribly. I'll go back to pulses, and you'll see my experience point counter increase there. Okay, so this is an example of a paid poll here. I just got this on a notification, actually. So hi, I want to ask you a few questions about Little Smokies. I love these things. Have you purchased Little Smokies in the last 6 months? Yes, I have, actually. Don't mind the car in the background, by the way. What is the likelihood you would incorporate this item into a breakfast dish? Okay, breakfast dish, extremely unlikely. But a snack or a lunch, very likely. Oh, this was only a 2-question one. Nice. So you see I get 2 experience points because I kind of dilly-dallied. I'm going to click continue, and you see, ka-ching, been awarded 19 cents for completing this paid pulse. And that's pretty much it for a paid poll. Now, OnePulse only has one way to cash out, and that is through PayPal. One of the issues with OnePulse I'm not a fan of is its limit on when you can cash out and how much. So once you hit $20, you can cash out and it immediately goes to your PayPal. That's great. You see that tap to cash out there. The problem is that you can only cash out $20 and exactly $20 once every 30 days. Now, this isn't a problem for lower levels, but as you start making 30 plus cents a survey, this could be a real problem to have money stuck in there. And while I haven't been that high up in level yet, a nice suggestion to them would be to allow players at a particular level to start cashing out twice every 30 days or once every 20 days or something instead of, once every 30. Allowing the opportunity to get $30, $40 a month instead of 20 would really help with the ever-increasing inflation of prices, with the deflation of rewards apps that we keep seeing and have been seeing this year. That's been coming out en masse, actually. There's also a channel section. I rarely ever use this, though. It's similar to Facebook groups without being able to communicate with the community, so literally not Facebook groups. And it almost doesn't seem to matter what you do. Sometimes you'll just get automatically added to a channel. There's some down here in the bottom that shows you some private channels here that I got added on based on some results that I did on a survey. So that seems to be its only real purpose that I've seen. I haven't really used the channels for much else. Also, I do know that OnePulse has a referrals program, but I hate to say this, I've had a really hard time finding it. They talk about it here and there as part of some sweepstakes, and I guess you can give them a pulse code of some sort, but I haven't been able to use it, and you don't really get much in the way of bonuses doing so. So the pros and cons here. Pros are the rates for their pulses are quite high. Not the highest I found, but, and going to the second pro, the frequency of the pulses more than makes up for it compared to other apps like OneQ. Instant payout is also a huge plus. The cons are there isn't much time to respond once it shows up. It's better than OneQ's 3 to 5 minutes, but it's not by much. Also, being restricted to only making $20 every 30 days would make this app pretty terrible on its own, and honestly, it's only great as a supplement. Also, channels and referral programs are not very intuitive at all, and for an app this old, you'd think they would have something. Final rating is yellow plus. It's got problems, it's somewhat glitchy, but the pay is still really good for the effort. If they allowed you to cash out $20 twice a month, I would easily up this to green tier. So if anyone from OnePulse is watching, big suggestion there. It wouldn't hurt your bottom line as much and allow users at the 30 cent plus level to cash out more. Of course, if they do have something like that, I will leave an update on one of my daily logs and maybe a clip, leaving a clip here, I guess, mentioning it. So that is the video, everybody. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like this video if you like it, dislike if you don't. Don't forget to comment as well what you think of OnePulse, and hey, if you got any other survey apps that seems like it's something like this that might be useful, let me know so I can add it on to the future survey. And don't forget to subscribe to Beer Money Engine. Thank you very much, by the way, for helping me reach 2,000 subs. That is awesome. I have a special video out for you guys in the near future, so be sure to check that out, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.